This is all the Real Madrid news that came out today. And there was a lot of Real Madrid news that came out today that we missed. So here's everything that came out. First and foremost, we know the situation with Vini. He informed Florentino Perez that he does not want to renew his contract with Real Madrid, while his relationship with Xabi Alonso is damaged. We also found out there was a meeting that happened last month and nothing has changed. And that the club offered him to increase in salary around 20 million euros, but the player said no. And then it was said that the club then offered to make a counter offer. And he demanded the biggest contract in club history, similar to Cristiano. And Vini believes that Xabi Alonso is unfair to him. He intentionally did not mention the coach in the apology letter last month. Now also we found out that some players are not comfortable with Xabi Alonso's method. The signs are not promising. And we saw Xabi Alonso's situations to become unsustainable. There are several players more than people think who want to change. Top voices in the offices of the club are also starting to see it as necessary. And he also told Florentino Perez that he is not happy with Xabi Alonso. And it's not the right time to commit his future to Real Madrid for more years. Now before I continue, if you're enjoying the video so far, just like the video so I know. And if you want to stay updated with Real Madrid news, just follow. Now the last thing we saw is that Real Madrid will activate Nico Paz's buyback in January. The player has been informed according to Gaston. Now it's also being said the game against Olympiacos on Wednesday could have implications for Xabi Alonso. Real Madrid cannot go 4 games without a win. And it's also being said that Real Madrid are pleased that Xabi Alonso is making important changes. But at the same time, they are concerned about discontent among a significant group of the players, with Vini Jr. the clearest example. Sources are hoping that positive results and performances for Real Madrid and Vini will bring the player closer to Xabi Alonso again. Figures like Florentino Perez and Juni Calafat are also considered key to navigate the situation. It's also being said by Cole, the players that are happy and not happy with Xabi Alonso. Not happy, Vini, Valverde, Rodrigo, Brahim, Endrick, and Mendy. And then happy, you have Dean, Carreras, Courtois, Arda Güler, and Mbappe. Now this all started because of yesterday's game against Elche. At Real Madrid are now very worried about the broken relationship between the players and the coaching staff. The club believes that the most alarming thing is the attitude and gestures that Real Madrid players displayed on the pitch. Some players whose investments was previously undoubtable now give up and show no effort whenever there's any adversity. Elche's second goal last night was viewed by top people at Real Madrid as the most symbolic example of what's wrong with the team. Alvaro Rodriguez went through 5 Real Madrid players and took a clear shot without being pressed by a single Madrid player. And Vini and Mbappe did not press enough last night. In one of the instances, Iñaki Peña had the ball, and both Vini and Mbappe stood still. The goalkeeper just passed it between them and Elche started to build up. But anyways, next we have 6 games. Olympiacos, Girona, Athletic, Celta, Manchester City, and Alaves. And well, there's no rest for the team. The team is back in training. Franco trained with the group, and also Rudiger was back with the group. And Camavinga and Fede doing recovery work in the gym today. And it's being said that Franco is much closer to a return. He won't be ready in time to face Olympiacos. And it's said that Michael Oliver is the referee. And also, just like before facing Liverpool, Xabi Alonso has decided that Real Madrid will train at Real Madrid City tomorrow instead of Olympiacos Stadium. And Xabi Alonso's press conference will be at 17:30 CET. Now also know that Platigol said this: PSG are seriously involved in the case of Upamecano. Should he move as a free agent? Talks have taken place including with Real Madrid. Bayern still hope that Upamecano will extend his contract until at least 2030. The desired release clause remains a decisive point. Max is pushing. Now also 822 Sports, the promoters of the European Super League, have initiated a compulsory mediation process with UEFA, which is required under Spanish law, before seeking compensation for damages. And 822 have also written to UEFA, demanding pre-authorization of its so-called Unified League within 8 weeks. And Linda Caicedo has renewed her contract with Real Madrid Femenino until 2031. Now also know that Trent's precision proved to be key in a game with few chances. Both goals against Elche came after set pieces taken by Trent. He has 7 accurate crosses versus Elche, the most by any player in a game this season in La Liga. And Real Madrid have averaged 15 shots faced in each of the last 3 games. The team also managed only 14 shots on target in total in the last 3 games, compared to 10 per game, or more than they averaged in the last 4 games before that. And Hakimi went to go meet Real Madrid after the game. We also have Fran Soto, the president of the Spanish referees. He was asked about the controversial calls in the Elche vs Real Madrid game. He said on a personal level, I think the referee got it right. And Rafa Nadal was asked about Real Madrid. He said Xabi Alonso is currently first in the league, in a privileged position in the champions. I don't think anyone at Madrid wouldn't agree to be in his spot at this point. It's a new project. They have to assimilate many things. A house isn't built in a day. And when asked about Vini, he said he has to understand who the authority is. Now lastly, Mbappe has received his 24-25 Pichichi award from Marca. Now with all that being said, let me know what you guys think about the news.